The U.S. aircraft carrier is often described as the floating fortress of the seas. It is a behemoth of naval power, a symbol of American military supremacy that can project force anywhere on the planet. These colossal ships, capable of carrying over 70 aircraft and thousands of crew members, serve as the backbone of the U.S. Navy's global power projection. Whether it is for combat operations, humanitarian missions, or showing the flag in foreign waters, the aircraft carrier has an unparalleled presence on the world stage. But what's it really like inside one of these floating fortresses? What does daily life entail for the thousands of sailors who live and work aboard these massive ships? Inside the U.S. aircraft carrier is a complex and dynamic world, where cutting-edge technology meets tight-knit teamwork, and the pressures of naval operations test the endurance and spirit of the crew. From the high-octane flight deck to the intricate workings of the ship's control room, life aboard an aircraft carrier is a mixture of intense focus, extreme discipline, and enduring camaraderie. It's a place where the pace never slows, where every second counts, and where the stakes can't be higher. This is the world inside the U.S. aircraft carrier, a place that's as demanding as it is impressive. The first thing that strikes you when stepping aboard a U.S. aircraft carrier is its sheer size. These ships are enormous, with lengths of over 1,000 feet and flight decks the size of several football fields. The USS Nimitz or USS Gerald R. Ford can carry a crew of over 5,000 people, and their operations are a delicate dance of precision and coordination. Inside the ship, it's easy to get lost in a maze of narrow passageways, stairwells, and rooms that are designed for efficiency, not comfort. The flight deck, often regarded as the heart of the aircraft carrier, is where the action happens. It's the busiest part of the ship, where aircraft take off and land in rapid succession. When an aircraft is launched, its engines roar to life, sending it off into the skies at incredible speeds. The flight deck crew, wearing color-coded uniforms to signify their roles, work in a highly synchronized manner to ensure that each launch and recovery goes smoothly. The catapult system, either traditional steam-powered or the newer electromagnetic systems, launches fighter jets and bombers into the air, while arresting wires on the deck catch incoming planes and bring them to a quick stop. The jet blast deflectors are also crucial, preventing the intense heat and force of jet engines from damaging the ship or other aircraft on the deck. Despite the excitement of the flight deck, life on an aircraft carrier is far from glamorous. The conditions below deck are cramped and often uncomfortable. Crew members live in small, shared rooms, sometimes referred to as berthing areas, where space is limited and privacy is nearly non-existent. These rooms are designed to maximize the use of available space, with bunk beds stacked in rows and minimal personal storage. Sailors are constantly on the move, heading to their duty stations, performing maintenance, or preparing for the next shift. The lack of personal space and the constant motion of the ship can be disorienting, especially for new sailors. But despite these challenges, there is a sense of camaraderie among the crew. Life aboard an aircraft carrier requires teamwork, and every sailor, no matter their rank or specialty, is crucial to the ship's success. The crew works together to keep the ship running smoothly, whether it's repairing aircraft, maintaining equipment, or ensuring that every mission is completed on time. For many sailors, the bond they share with their fellow crew members is one of the most rewarding aspects of life aboard the ship. Beneath the deck, the ship's operations are directed from the Combat Information Center, CE. This is the nerve center of the aircraft carrier, where operations are monitored, threats are assessed, and decisions are made. It's a high-tech environment with banks of screens displaying real-time data from radar, sonar, and communication systems. The CC is where the ship's captain, officers, and enlisted personnel work together to make critical decisions. Whether it's launching an airstrike, managing a defense operation, or responding to a crisis, the CC is where the action happens, coordinating the entire ship's efforts to achieve mission success. The aircraft carrier is a highly sophisticated piece of technology, and keeping it running requires a dedicated team of sailors and officers in various technical and operational roles. The ship's engineering department is responsible for maintaining the nuclear reactors, which provide the ship with its nearly unlimited range, as well as the propulsion systems that allow it to travel at high speeds. The engineering spaces are some of the most challenging and dangerous on the ship, with hot machinery and high-voltage systems requiring constant attention and maintenance. The ship's air wing, which includes fighter jets, bombers, and reconnaissance planes, is critical to its role as a power projection platform. These aircraft are essential to the carrier's ability to provide air superiority, precision strikes, and intelligence gathering. The air wing is supported by maintenance crews, who work tirelessly to ensure that the aircraft are always mission-ready. These crews perform everything from routine inspections to complex repairs, often under tight deadlines and in challenging conditions. Aircraft maintenance is a critical part of ensuring that the carrier can maintain its operational tempo and the work is often performed under intense pressure. Life aboard an aircraft carrier is also physically demanding. Sailors and airmen are required to maintain high levels of fitness to meet the demands of their roles. Physical training is part of the routine, and sailors are encouraged to stay in top condition. The ship also has a gym and other recreational facilities, which provide a much-needed break from the rigors of daily life. However, even in the gym, the ship's constant motion can make workouts more challenging. Exercise becomes as much about maintaining mental clarity and strength as it does about staying physically fit. When it comes to meals, food aboard an aircraft carrier is mass-produced in the ship's mess decks. These meals are essential for keeping the crew fueled and ready for action. The quality of the food varies, but the Navy does make efforts to ensure that meals are nutritious and provide the necessary energy to sustain the sailors through long shifts. There's usually a variety of options, but like many aspects of life on the ship, the meals are not necessarily gourmet. The mess decks are a central gathering point for the crew, where sailors can socialize and take a break from their duties. The long hours and physically demanding conditions are compounded by the mental strain that comes with being out at sea for extended periods. For many sailors, being away from home for months at a time is one of the hardest aspects of life aboard a U.S. aircraft carrier. Communication with family and friends is limited, and the isolation can be tough to deal with, especially during long deployments. However, the Navy provides various outlets for staying in touch, such as email and phone calls, and the sense of community aboard the ship helps to mitigate some of the emotional toll. Despite these challenges, life on a U.S. aircraft carrier offers unique rewards. The pride of serving aboard one of the world's most powerful and advanced military platforms is immense. The work is difficult, but the sense of purpose is clear. Whether it's in combat, humanitarian missions, or providing air support for ground troops, the aircraft carrier serves as a symbol of strength and resilience. For many sailors, the experience of living and working aboard a carrier is one of the most rewarding aspects of their military careers. In conclusion, life aboard a U.S. aircraft carrier is a constant balancing act of high-stakes operations, physical endurance, and mental toughness. It's a place where everything from the flight deck to the combat information center runs on a strict, coordinated schedule, and where the crew's commitment and sacrifice ensure that the carrier can perform its missions. Despite the harsh realities of life at sea, tight living quarters, long hours, and separation from family, the U.S. aircraft carrier remains an unrivaled symbol of naval power. The sailors who serve aboard these ships form an essential part of the U.S. Navy's ability to project power across the globe. And they continue to prove, day in and day out, that the aircraft carrier is not just a ship, but a floating fortress capable of accomplishing the most critical military missions.